do stories start? How do they start? In Greek, how do they start a story? Yes? Μια φορά και έναν καιρό. In English, what we do is we say, once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was a little girl, like one of these little girls here, maybe a little younger. And she had a favorite toy. Her favorite toy was her doll Belinda. Do you have a favorite toy?
Yes!
What's your favorite toy?
My favorite toy is my doll Helen.
Oh, wow, your doll Helen. Yes,
My doll.
your doll. What's your doll's name? Oh, it's okay. Well, this little girl, her name was Melissa. And Melissa's doll was named Belinda. And everywhere that Melissa went, she took her doll Belinda with her. So one day, she went to the park with her friends to play. And what do you play in the park? What do you do? Where do you go on the park?
I am riding the bike.
You ride your bike in the park, yes, but you can also go on the swings, right? And on the roller coaster, right? So Melissa was playing with her friends in the park, and she took her doll Belinda with her. And she put her doll Belinda on the, what's that? Yes? Okay, but it's the bench. It's a bench. It's called a bench. So she left her doll Belinda on the bench. And she played with her friends on the slides and on the roller coaster and on those swings. And after some time, she went back because her mom came and said, "Let's go, Melissa. Let's go home." Eh? Does your mother say that? Let's go home. Yes. So now, Melissa goes to the bench to find her doll. What's her doll's name? Do you remember?
Belinda.
Belinda. And Belinda's not there. Oh no. Where's Belinda? Where's Belinda? So Melissa looks. Yes? Under, that's right, Rosa. Under the bench. So Belinda looks under the bench. She looks between the benches. She looks on the tree. Eh? Right? And she looks
Under.
next to. Who said next to? Next to. I think Mirto said. Mirto said next to. She looked next to the tree and next to the bench. But Belinda was not there. Oh no. Belinda was not there. And so Melissa, she started crying. That's right, Rosa. Belinda starts crying. Oh no, what am I going to do without my doll Belinda? Her mother comes, her father comes. They say, come, let's go home. We'll come tomorrow and look. No, we must find Belinda now, Melissa says. And she's crying and she's crying. At that moment, one of her father's and mother's friends come by. This man, he comes by and he says, "Why are you crying, Melissa?" And Melissa says, "Because I lost my doll Belinda." And he says, "Look, it's night now, eh? Right? It's dark in the night, right? Can you find the doll when it's dark? Can you find it when it's dark?" No, because it's dark. So he says, "Go home with your mother and father, and tomorrow I will come, and we will look together." Okay? So now Melissa goes home, and next morning she wakes up early in the morning to go to the park to find her doll Belinda, exactly. So she goes to the park. There is the gentleman, the nice man, her parents' friend, and he helps her to look for the doll. But he says, "Look," he says, "Melissa, look what I have here." And he takes out a letter. And he says, "Look at this letter. This letter is for you, Melissa. It is a letter from Belinda. Belinda has left you a letter, Melissa. Now, Melissa is very young, younger than you, because she does not know how to read. Eh? Does she know how to read? No. So he starts reading the letter to her, and he starts reading, and it says, Dear Belinda, Dear Melissa, Dear Melissa, Agapiti mo Melissa, this is your friend Belinda. I am not here because I have decided to travel. I have decided to travel the world, to go to other places. Eh? What places can Belinda go to? What places can you go to? If you travel, where can you go? Έχω αποφασίσει να ταξιδέψω. To go to other cities. So the first city that Belinda goes to is London. And she says, Dear Melissa, I went to London. You know, in London, they have this clock, big clock, and it's called Big Ben. And in London, people eat, people drink and eat different things. They drink tea. Do you drink tea?
Yes.
You drink tea? And they eat this bread, which they call scones, with jam. Scones with jam. But people here in London are not happy because it rains all the time. I promise to write to you from the next city I go to. Okay, so every day, Melissa meets with her parents' friend, and he reads to her a new letter from Belinda. The first day, Belinda was in London. The next day, she went to Paris. What did she see in Paris? What can you see in Paris? Yes? Eiffel Tower, that's right. She saw the Eiffel Tower, and the Champs-Élysées, right? And what do they eat in Paris? What do they eat in Paris? Croissant, that's right. They eat croissants in Paris. And the next day, she went to Madrid. Anybody know where Madrid is? Where's Madrid? Madrid. Πού είναι η Madrid? Where is it? What? Spain, that's right. It's in Spain. And there in Spain, she went, and what do you think she sees in Spain? What do people do in Spain? And what do? They like to dance. They like to dance. Have you heard of the dance flamenco? They dance flamenco. And what language do they speak in Spain? What language do they speak? Yes, Spanish. Excellent. That's right. They speak Spanish. So now Belinda has gone to London, and she's gone to Paris, and she's gone to Madrid. Then after that, she goes to Athens. Okay. What does she see in Athens? What do we have?
Πώς ήταν το όνομα?
No, she didn't see Melissa because Melissa is in Berlin. Melissa is not in Athens. Yes. The Acropolis. That's right. Excellent. So she sees the Acropolis in Athens. And what do people eat in Athens? Souvlaki. Of course. Gyros. Yes, of course. Okay. Now, 1 week goes by, and 1 week. How many days? How many days is 1 week? How many days? Yes? 7, right? 7 days. So 7 days go by, and now Melissa meets with her friend again, and this time he doesn't have a letter, and he says, look, Melissa, Belinda is back. He has Belinda with him. And Melissa looks at the doll, and she says, no, that's not my doll. that's not Belinda. And her friend says, you know, Belinda went to many places. Yes, she went to, do you remember the cities? Where did she go?
London,
London, Paris,
New York,
New York. She also went to New York. Athens, Spain. When people travel, they change. Yes. Όταν ταξιδεύουμε, αλλάζουμε. Belinda has been to all these places. That's why she is changed. She's a new Belinda. And what do you think Melissa does? She takes Belinda and gives her a hug. And she takes Belinda, and she has Belinda all her life. Now, 20 years later, how old is Melissa? She's 24. And she's a university student, and she's studying to be a doctor. Yes, she's studying to be a doctor. And one day as she's studying, she looks up in her bookcase and she sees Belinda. And she reaches up and takes Belinda down and looks at her. And as she's looking at Belinda, she notices for the first time that on the side of Belinda, there's a little zipper. She opens the zipper and she finds inside a letter. This time, the letter is from her friend, okay, because her friend is no longer with her. Her friend was very old, older than her grandfather, and of course, he has passed away. Please know that in this world, there are people, there are friends, there are parents, there are relatives who love you. People will always love you. But these people, sometimes they go away. But their love stays behind. Their love is always there. You should know that sometimes we lose things or we lose people, but their love is always with us. Stephanie, their love is always with us. Okay. Your friend, and he signed this letter. Now, you may not know his name, but your parents, I think, will know. His name, he signed his name, your friend, Franz Kafka. He's a famous writer, and this is a true story. This is a story that he wrote, and he told to his friend's little girl, Melissa, because she did lose her doll, and he tried to show her that love is always there. Just as we love you and your parents love you, and we want you to always remember that. Love is always here for you.